today we are taking a look into the Tiger 1 by HobbyBoss. And hopefully you like my setup. I got a camera there and this camera in front of me that I'm looking at. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the HobbyBoss Tiger 1. Panzerkampfwagen Tiger 1. So HobbyBoss, the brand, obviously it's a Chinese brand located in the river delta opposite Hong Kong, this industrial region. So HobbyBoss and Trumpeter are sister companies, which they are part of the same larger corporation from what I can find on the internet. They are somehow closely related, like even the manual look quite similar, but they sort of have a slightly different branding on it, but they are produced in the same sort of factory region. It's a very big plastic toy industrial complex down there, and they basically produce all that there, and pretty much the same company, but featuring some slightly different things, and we will be looking into that in a future video. I have a few trumpeters coming, and basically the Tiger. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows how famous it is, or how infamous. Allied soldiers were very afraid of the Tiger. Anything they'd see that somewhat resembled a German tank, they would say it's a Tiger, right? So a lot of false reports of the Tiger, and that's largely because people were generally afraid of seeing a Tiger in the battlefield. You know, especially if you were in a T-34 or a Soviet T-34 or the American M4. You know, you would be quite afraid to see this. The box is very big, and I seen some videos of this before I bought it on YouTube, and they were showing the sprues and stuff, and I thought, why not do a post-construction, post-build review of the Tiger 1. So it took me about a good month working on it, 3 to 4 days per week. So that's the sort of workload that you're expecting. It took a bit longer because I was doing the Zimrit by hand using putty, and of course I've never done that before, so it was quite a bit of time-consuming little challenge. So I did the tracks first. I pinned them all together, and they're very nice built actually. If you would see, they are individual plastic tracks, which is really good quality, and they have pins, metal pins that you have to insert into them, which really took a while to do, I have to say, and to get exactly the right number of tracks was well, a bit hard on the head to count them, because you quite easily lose count of, I think it was 90 something individual track links together. I coated them in black first, and weathered them a little bit, adding a bit of mud. Now the wheels, what the biggest criticism to this model I seen on the reviews were when some advanced modelers pick up this model, immediately they see the way that the wheels are constructed are, well, very different to other brands like Tamiya or Dragon or whatever. So it is done in quite a different way, and it puts people off because they immediately think the quality of the plastic looks not so good, and you know, a lot of people just return the product like that. But actually, I found that the first bit of actually constructing the wheels and all that it does feel cheap. It does not feel you know, the same as Tamiya or some other good brand. However, at this price, you do get a very good solid build in the end. Although some bits are obviously not as fun or not as well designed as those brands at the very top of the food chain, I would say. But nonetheless, after you do build them, they do assemble fairly decently, and you see that through the wheels and all that, they actually have a suspension that bounces a bit, so you can get the overall realistic effect of the Tiger going over like some ground, and you know, you see the dampener on the suspension, well, which is really well done for this model at this price. There is no interior to the tank, of course, which reduces the amount of build time you need. It is sufficiently easy even for beginner. So if you're a beginner and you would like to get a large model on the cheaper range, then I would recommend you to take the Tiger 1 from HobbyBoss. There is a few little inaccuracies, but overall the model is 95% accurate, like according to the historical photos and everything. I've checked that, so it's really nice. And let me show you the front of it. I painted it in the 3-color scheme. The base is the dark yellow, and then you got the green. I think I used olive green, I think, and the brown. I think is rattan brown or something. So that's the brown that you see, which I did paint with brush because I didn't own an airbrush back then. I would have done it a little bit better now. And you do have actually the details of the metal joints here, that you can see the pattern. It does look realistic, you know, in the small details too. And then you've got these tracks on the side, which I think you get a fair bit more than you need, but you know, comes in handy if you lose some. Although they're pretty big, so it's really hard to lose. So they're very good. They're very nice. The instruction menu were, for the most part, very easy to follow. There's a few times where I struggled to know exactly what I had to do, but it's not hard to figure out yourself. So overall, as you can see, I've tried to make some Zimmerit coating details. So the Zimmerit on this tank is entirely put on by myself. I looked at historical images, which I will put in the video. I'll edit that in. And the Zimmerit, I literally took the Zimmerit tool, which is given inside the box actually, and you use the putty and then you just carve it out basically individually. It took 2 days to do. It was so horrifically long, and I think I did a very good job of it if you look at the way that the Zimmerit turned out to be. All the details came out very nicely, and decals are great. No fault in that. And I felt that this handle or up the top of the cupola was very easy to break, but you know, because of the weight of this plastic giant of a beast, it is, I think, just under 2 kilo, I think. I can't be sure, but I would say it would be just under 2 kilo. So it is heavy. When you do put it upside down, you would end up breaking this, of course. So be careful about that. The assembly, everything was really nice, and I definitely had a lot of fun with it. The turret is rotatable, and you could move it up and down, no problems with that. Of course, the hatches you wouldn't be able to open because there's nothing inside anyway. There isn't many aftermarket things you can buy for this, but you know, for a beginner who just want to build a a decent Tiger model for display, or you can get yourself this for sure. I believe I picked this up just under £60. On Amazon it was 70, I think, but I found this one on Model Hobbies, which is a little bit cheaper. I recommend the website, and this is not sponsored, by the way. And what I will do next is build the T3485 here. If you guys would like to see this tank being built from the beginning, then please leave me a comment to tell me that you would like to see it. And I would also do a video review of the T3485. Currently I am working on the Yak Tiger, and well, it is a beast. This is a 1/35 scale Tamiya model. I really like it, and Tamiyas are always great fun. Especially the more recent Tamiya models are just fantastic. Even the older models, some of them are really nice. I had great fun with them. Just had with Tamiya, I think I've only had problems with the 88 gun. I think it was built in the 70s. The molding on that, so that was a really long time ago. That wasn't very good quality, but anything from the recent years, it's fantastic. And this Tiger one, I think it says it's copyrighted 2018, so it's fairly new model. For the price, fantastic, definitely worth picking up one. And I will pin whether if I've managed to sell this tank or not on eBay or other websites, because I simply don't have enough room in my house to keep it. So I'm currently selling this one, and I would be able to ship it to anywhere in Europe. I'm not sure about other countries, but Europe for sure. Yeah, so if you see that I did not say in the comments below, pin there somewhere saying that it's already sold, then you can throw me an email if you would like to buy it. And that's it for today. And please give me feedback, because I really want to grow this channel and to provide you guys with content during this pandemic, and wish you all well and stay happy and healthy.